What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I am back with some more boxing. What's up? Who's up in here? Shout out to Daquandre. He was the first person all up in this. Adrian, he said, salute to the Stream King. Who else up in here? Hold on, let me cut the lights on better. Yeah. Clint Eastwood, Rashid Mohammed. We got, who else? Brian. Can't wait for you to speak the truth. Oh, yeah, that's coming. Kenya B. Leon. Make sure y'all come up. Smash the like button. Get the likes up. Get the likes up. Boxing, aka Big Texas. What's up with you? Now, I got a message. This is a Boxing Ego PSA. This really goes out to the supporters and the channel members. Right now, there is currently a legal process going. Unfortunately, I'm not at liberty to speak on it. So some of you may receive the email, but there's a legal process going on right now. And I'm not at liberty to talk about it. So don't be alarmed. Ego's Army, we working. And it's still Death Row East. So you guys continue to use the Cash App, Boxing Ego, Zelle, PayPal. The links are in the description. And let's get started. What time is it? So I gotta talk about that boy Bud. Am I okay? Oh yeah, I'm okay. I can't talk about it though. There's a legal process going on. I can't reveal no details, but there's a legal process. Listen, when you're at the top, it comes with the territory. That's all I can say. When you're at the top, it comes with the territory. Y'all want to talk about the Bud Crawford situation first, or where we're at with Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Tank Davis? I'm gonna let y'all pick. Mr. Two-Piece Texas was good. What's popping with you? I'm gonna let the fans pick. Leon said foot back on his neck. Oh, he want Terrence. Okay, he want the Terence Crawford. All right. Yeah, let's get the likes up. He want, okay, one for Tank Ryan. Then we got one for Bud. Somebody else wants some Spence Crawford. Actually, let me get the Ryan Garcia out the way. Let me get the Ryan out the way because it's easy. We'll spend more time talking about the Errol Spence, Bud Crawford fallout. He said, smoke Bud one more again. I've been dropping new heat. Who else you know like Ego? Dropping new heat despite legal processes going on. And I'm still dropping heat. Still dropping heat. So make sure you check out some of the videos I dropped today. The Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis, that whole situation, this is the problem. According to Ryan Garcia, he wants to fight. He says Tank Davis wants to fight. So if I'm being honest, the holdup is Golden Boy. They say they want DAZN involved. Bro, Ain't no reason for DAZN to be involved. Am I going to do a watch party? It's up to the fans. The fans run the channel, whatever y'all want. I do what the fans want. I'm going to do what the fans want. So y'all let me know if y'all want. I'm definitely going to watch the Lomachenko versus his sparring partner. The ultimate breakdown king is speaking. Facts. Daquandre sent $1 in the Cash App. Appreciate you. He said, I'm going to get the Cash App started for you, Ego. Salute. You know, you always been supported. That's my guy, Daquandre, hand in hand. Listen, that's the skinny of it. The issue is the fighters say they want it. Ryan put on his post, he said, I'll take the contract as is. I instructed my team. I like the contract. But Oscar and I do believe, I believe he's trying to bring DAZN along for the ride, but that really doesn't make sense, bro. Because what does Showtime need DAZN for? I need somebody to let me know that. Listen, I know a lot of y'all tell me about your, like, here's the thing with boxing fans and the internet in general. People have all these kookamani ideas and they think they're actually good, but they're not really logical or practical. Like some people, especially on the internet, some people have these ideas and they literally just throw out new ideas. They're just throwing out anything, right? They don't think it through, like from start. Like if you're going to build a house, you got to think it through and have some schematics, if you will, have a blueprint, if you will. You got to do those types of things in order to build a house successfully, right? You can't just toss out ideas. Oh, we'll just get 6 pieces of wood. You need to see how much wood it's going to take for this space exactly. You got to measure it out, get a tape. I mean, look at any carpenter, any builder. That's what you see. There's nobody that just builds a house on a whim and they guess everything. What does Showtime need DAZN for? I'll wait. Yeah, I'll wait. Please let me know. Let me know why Showtime needs DAZN to run a pay-per-view with Ryan. Keep in mind, Ryan is not exclusive to DAZN. He doesn't have an exclusive contract. So he's a releasable fighter. They just want to be brought along for the ride, but that's not business. It don't work like that. What does Showtime need DAZN for? Steven Espinoza, he knows how to talk on the mic. They got relationships with the venues they like. They got better production. They got better commentators, both on Showtime and Fox PBC. They got better camera work. What they need DAZN for? They just need the fighter that happens to have fought on DAZN. So we may not get to fight, y'all. Look, my man said, he said DAZN got the worst commentary. Bro, the commentary is buns. You need to put that in the bread aisle because the commentary is buns. It's bad. You got to put one of those little twisties on the DAZN commentary because it's buns. Just spin the little bag around, put the little twisty on. Buns. Horrible. Kane, that's an amazing point. Yo, y'all got to get the likes up. Y'all got to get the likes up. We about to cook. Y'all got to get the likes up. Why should they help the ops? Great addition. Why? When Eddie Hearn, he's the front man. He's the spokesperson that Americans first found out about DAZN through because he was running his mouth and he was saying, oh, Showtime, they finna be dead and out of business and DAZN gonna put them out. Like, I mean, what are we talking about? Boom. You never know, huh? Boom. Wow. The video says, wow, Eddie Hearn says Showtime will leave boxing in 12 months. They have a very limited future. That's why you don't burn bridges. You don't burn bridges. You talking that talk, now you want to work with them years later. You talk that talk, said pay-per-view was dead. Talking about some buying pay-per-view and all that with Tracy Morgan. Now you begging for mercy. You begging for mercy like G Unit album. Chit. You begging for mercy, bro. Why they want to work with you? They got better everything. They don't need to work with you. You need to work with them. And that's why. And see, look, they said pay-per-view was dead, right? And then they adopted the Showtime pay-per-view model. I mean, you look crazy. Warriors Boxing, what's up? You look insane. You look insane to go around for years saying pay-per-view is dead and get rid of us of pay-per-view and all that stuff they were saying, only to do what Showtime is doing and put on pay-per-view. Victor, what's up? And listen, Jaime Munguia is about to fight. Who's he fighting? Anybody? Anybody know the new Jaime Munguia fight that got announced? Anybody? Let's see who knows they boxing. Anybody? No clue. Diacona, what's up? Adrian said you talk all that smack on me and now you want my help. Facts. That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, imagine somebody that recently and publicly said, I'm going to destroy Boxing recently and publicly. They said, I'm going to destroy Boxing Ego. His channel's garbage, yada, yada, yada. 2-3 years later, they saying, oh, please work with me, Boxing Ego. No, because guess what? Ego is not finna do it. If you're trying to hurt my livelihood, why would I ever want to work with you? When you try to take from me. You try to take, I mean, that don't even make sense. And then now with the Ryan Garcia tank, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't fight. I mean, I'm not putting that out there. Like, you know, I hope they fight. If the fans want it, I hope they fight. It's a cool little fight. It's really not even a cool fight like that, you know, in my opinion. I think that what makes that fight anyhow desired is they both have big brands and people know both faces. But Ryan ain't really earned no Tank Davis fight for real, for real. Jermaine said he didn't know he was fighting. It just got announced today. This who he fighting. Let me put it on the Summer Jam screen. Yeah, I'm going to put it on the screen for y'all. Man, if you diss me, I ain't working with you. Why would I? That's just common sense. Y'all got to run the likes up. Let me pull this up for you. That's who he fighting. That's who he fighting. Korea or whatever. Who? He fighting the coroner. Like, come on, bro. I see why you want Showtime to bail you out with the Ryan Tank fight. Bro, who is that, though? I ain't never seen Cud. Bro, who is that? He looks scared already. Bro, how you look scared in the flyer, though? Bro, he looks scared from the jump. That ain't even a Mexican flag, bro. Hold on. Does the Mexican flag have the green, white, and the red sideways? Hold on. Listen. I've been to Mexico. You know how it's the stripes, the green, the colors, the green, white, and the red? It ain't sideways like that. Am I tripping? Am I tripping? The Mexico flag ain't sideways colors like that. Like, bro, this is Italy or something. Bro, this is the zone. This is the flyer they put out. They don't even have the right Mexican flag. I don't know where that's at. That's Greece or something. I don't know what that is. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Is the Mexican flag look like that? And why is it half chewed up and stuff? Who was chewing on that? Bro, it's like the scene on Next Friday. You been chewing on that? No, I do not have no receipt. Try again, motherfucker. Do you know, bro? Right? Why is it true? Why are they? That's disrespectful. Listen, shout out to La Raza. Shout out to all my Mexican fans, but that's disrespectful. Somebody took a bite out of crime, and you gonna chew on the Mexican flag like that, though, bro? That is not a Mexican flag, though, cuz. You gonna chew on it? The eagle wing all half bitten. Nah, that is not how that flag look, bro. It don't go sideways like that. It's like the colors. It's the right colors, red, white, and green, but it's vertical. Yeah, they put a pastel green. They put a She-Hulk green. That ain't the real, man. Get them out of here, bro. I'm the realest in the game, bro. Get them out of here. You ain't even put the proper greens. That look like Shrek juice. It's a hypnotic, because I don't know what that flag is. You been chewing on that. What you been chewing on? No, I do not have no receipt. Try again, Murosaka. He said they go put lime green. Yeah. Bro, who is the guy, though? Oh, he got his flag chewed up, too. Where he from? I can't even tell. He from Argentina? What is that? Bro, they got the sun all chewed. Why is the sun blue over the sun? Bro, this is garbage, bruh. Bro, look at the Argentina flag. Why would the sun be covered in blue? And that's the middle part of the Argentina flag. And it been chewed up too. The sun, why is the sun like disintegrating? These are the flyers that the zone want to put out. In a fight in Mexico, you got a fight in Mexico. You got the flag all chewed up. Come on, bro. And you trying to get the Ryan Garcia fight? And say, hey, let's do a joint. Listen, Ryan Garcia and Tank being a joint pay-per-view and being like asking to tag along and Oscar asking to bring DAZN along. That's like when you're a high school version of yourself and then you and your homies want to go to the mall with some your boys. You want to go to the mall with your boys and scope out the honeys, get some food at the food court, go shopping. And then your mom says you can't go to the mall unless you bring your little brother, that annoying 6-year-old brother, DAZN. That's the equivalent. Oscar asking DAZN to tag along when Showtime don't need them. And they do or Fox or wherever the fight would go. PBC don't need them. Put it that way, Fox or Showtime. So that's like you're trying to go to the mall and kick it with your boys. Your mom said you cannot go to the mall unless you bring your little brother. Someone said it's the Hungary flag. I don't know what flag it is, but why they got it? If it's the Hungary flag, why they got the eagle on it with the snake? So none of that makes sense. Yeah, they was hungry when they was making this graphic, so they rushed it. Bro, that looked horrible. I don't even know who that is. Korea? Man, he finna fight Kim Jong-un or something. Man, whatever, bro. Korea. So if the Tank fight don't happen, that's the reason. Even Ryan tweeted he instructed his team to take the deal as offered. Exactly. But De La Hoya, this is my opinion. De La Hoya don't really want it for Ryan because he know. We'll leave it at that. Possibly Ryan wants it. He's a fighter. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Your promoters, your management, they don't. That's why they bring in a known obstacle like DAZN into the equation, because you know dang well they just want your fighter. The guy he's not even your fighter. He's not even exclusive. So this is a way to pretend you're going through the motions, go through the negotiations, say you want to fight, and then in the end, create an obstacle that you know, a hurdle that won't be hurdled. So you don't have it and say, hey, we tried. I mean, it's the oldest trick in the book. This is what they did with Charlo and Munguia. Charlo and Munguia, same thing. Charlo wanted it, Munguia, wanted it. And the Golden Boy said, hey, but DAZN. And now they got Munguia fighting Korea, Betch Korea or whatever, whoever that is. He said they saw Ryan get dropped by Luke Campbell. Facts. Get the likes up. De La Hoya knew Munguia was going to get slept by Charlo. Wow. And see, here's the thing. A lot of you guys got these weirdo takes, these weird takes that don't make sense. Like, oh, Showtime should just work with them. Bro, Showtime putting up the money, they don't have to work with them. DAZN should try to outbid Showtime and put together a better package to get Tank and Davis on their platform. Like, you guys have to understand when it comes to a joint endeavor, that automatically makes things more complicated. Automatically. Because instead of PBC, they know everyone that works with PBC, right? So they could say, oh, hey, Cindy Lou, go get donuts. Hey, Roger, do this. You know what I'm saying? You already have like lines of communication and dialogue with everyone on the team. But imagine like Wilder fighting Tyson Fury. PBC might not be used to working with Christina Poncher or the top ranked photographers or Bob himself, because they don't do a bunch of fights together. So everything becomes more complex. And then you got to so DAZN wants to do a joint, but that I know doesn't really like their live boxing commentary. So they're going to try to work that into the deal. Oh, we got to have two of our commentators, and it's too much. And people will do it for Mayweather Pacquiao, but that was a different fight than Ryan. Pacquiao was selling millions without Floyd. Ryan ain't. So Tank he's like A side. Ryan is like Instagram side. Bro. And a lot of it's sad because it's even in boxing media. You know what I'm saying? It's even the boxing media. Boxing media, either they really don't know, or they have agendas, or they pretend they don't know. You know, so they always say these like, oh, there's enough money in this fight, make the fight anyway. They should do a joint. Bro, business don't work like that. Ain't nobody gonna try to put you out of business and take away and talk the trash that DAZN and DAZN representatives have done, and then you're supposed to work with them. That's just, where does that happen? Where does that happen? Like, even in the street business, like mafia, you know, or like a gang or something, you can't do certain things and think you can come back to the gang. Like, you can't snitch and then think you could come back to the gang and everything's supposed to be okay. You will either like, see, I'm spitting too many gems, bro. Sidney Campbell, Showtime commentators aren't that righteous. Block him. Bro, they better than DAZN commentators. You broke that stupid message up into 2 parts. So you're going to be parted out this chat. He said they aren't that righteous. Who even talks like that? You know, Showtime commentators aren't that radical either. It's not that righteous either, bud. Man, y'all crazy. Block him. My man said Sidney Campbell be gone. Yeah. Yeah, he's like, Nito, you know, I prefer DAZN commentators. Bro, we don't care. We don't even know you. We don't know nothing about you. Well, his name's Sidney, like he in the Scream movie. Hello, Sidney. What's your favorite scary movie, Sidney? Bro, he sound like you on the phone with the Scream mask talking about some Sidney. Was it Sidney Campbell? Ain't that Scream? Oh, that's Nev Campbell. But didn't she play Sidney? Bro, you done took Nev Campbell character name and a real name and just, bro, he talking about some Sidney Campbell and Cotton Weary. Man, get him out of here. Hello, Sidney. I'll gut you like a fish. You and your boyfriend, Steve. Man, what? You don't get your Wes Craven little butt out of here. My guy Ego is a real grinder. Appreciate you. Absolutely. I do this. This is what I do. Listen, this is what I do. In case I have anybody new in the chat, I'm not going to keep saying it, but I got to say it for new people. If you are a channel member, I am currently going through a legal process. So you may have received an email about your channel membership. Can't talk about it. I can't disclose anything, but don't be alarmed. We working on it. Period. So I know channel members, people DM me and all types of text me and all types of stuff. I can't go into detail. But when you're at the top, it come with the territory. He said, I love the Scary Movie version. What's up? Yeah, he stuck his tongue out. I remember that. That's a good movie. That's a good scene. Yeah. So I want to see Ryan Garcia tank, but I'm not holding my breath for it because De La Hoya, he trying to put a monkey wrench in it. He trying to put monkey wrench and utensils in the promotion by, bro. He gonna put the monkey wrench and the utensils. Damn, is that why I'm not Army Green? Yup. Listen, when you at the top, it come with the territory. I'm currently going through that legal process. Can't really say nothing, but it happens. It happens. Especially when you're the best in the business. I'm the best in the world, past, present, and future. Yeah, so De La Hoya, he gonna put the utensils and the monkey wrench in the plans, and then he gonna play it off. Oh, we had to put Ryan in with a Tagto's cousin. He gonna fight another random African, and then they gonna say Tank and Showtime, they was tripping, and that's what it's looking like. Trash under my heel don't exist. Sorry, ego. Lil Dead. What? How's he back though? How he come back like that? Hold on. How did it? What's your favorite scary movie, Sydney? How did he get back? See, how y'all doing this? Bro, I seen him get blocked. I feel like the dude from RoboCop. You're dead. You're dead. We killed you. Bro, how did he come back? Y'all be respawning. That's crazy, bro. Y'all ain't got no life, huh? Name one time ego been wrong. February 31st? Yeah. When has ego, you said when has ego been wrong? February 31st. Because they don't happen often. I definitely know all the movies. Y'all know me for that. Come on. Come on, man. Night of the Living Trolls. That's a fact. Actually, I'd rather Jaime Munguia fight a troll than whoever this character is. Like, who is that, bro? Like, who is that? Moving on. So I'm not holding my breath for the tank because I've seen this movie before. Hopefully they fight. I'll keep you guys updated. Now, Bud Crawford. We gotta move. We gotta switch the style up. Cause Banks said, "Go ahead, switch the style up." It's hating. Let him what? Listen, we gotta switch the style up real quick. He said, "No cap, Bud let me down." Ego, you the best that speak truths with no fear. How you keep coming back though? That's all. Listen, this man quick. How you? I know I'm the best, but how you keep coming back? That's the real question. You a persistent little pesky guy. He coming back quick. Why? How does YouTube allow that? Like allow you to come back like in seconds? That's unheard of. But anyway, moving on. Terence Crawford. Listen, I'm gonna say the same thing. I gotta say the same thing. A lot of people are beating around the bush with the Crawford situation. I'm gonna keep saying the same thing. I think Crawford is a tremendous talent. He's a good fighter, but his move to fight David Avanesian when the world thought we were gonna get the fight with Errol Spence, I don't fancy it. It's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not a move I'm in love with. I don't think it's I don't know. I just don't like it. It's not, you know, ain't no love lost. And I just don't like it, bro, because I really truly think it's bad business for one. I do believe that. I think it's bad business because how do you do that? The whole world, like it's really a selfish move. It's really a selfish move. Like people keep saying, "Oh, but Boxing Ego, hey, he getting 8 figures." Okay, what's that do for the world of boxing? Good for him. What about the world of boxing? What about your legacy? And see, this is why. Listen, this is why I gotta go in, and this is why I gotta spit that real, and I gotta spit that ism. Is the thing that's most disappointing is you wouldn't expect this from Crawford. That's why it's so shocking. Like, we've grown to expect weird moves from Canelo, but you didn't expect it from Terence Crawford. You know? You didn't expect it because he often talked about how Errol Spence is ducking him and Errol been ducking and Errol didn't want it and Errol this, Errol that. That he's a throwback fighter, he's the Sugar Ray of this era, you know, these types of things. And you didn't expect it. And his fans, I think, are having a real difficult time embracing what it is. Like, if you walked and you stepped in something and it felt like you stepped in something, and you're like, all right, no biggie. Then you get in your car and then you say, and you know the pungent odor of poop. You know what poop smells. Everybody in this room know what poop smells like. You know, just a little poop. So it's obvious you stepped in dog doo-doo. A little dookie. A little caca. Right? That's obvious. So you can pretend while you're driving that you thought you heard a little crunch when your Nikes touched the grass. But then you kept walking. But then by the time you get in your whip, you know if it's some dookie. You know what I'm saying? You can, if you stepped in doo, you can smell it, like it omits and it rises up to your nostrils. You can smell that. You know what I mean? And this whole Crawford situation, everything Crawford done said, sounds fishy because there's too many inconsistencies. I've been to many a deli in my lifetime. There's all kinds of white cheeses. You know, you got white American, you got Swiss, you got provolone. But I know the difference between Swiss and provolone. Swiss is the one with holes in it. Provolone is like usually a circle and it's all flat and it's all like, you know, solid. Terence Crawford's story is Swiss cheese. It got holes all in it. Boss talk, that cheese talk, facts. He got a piece of Swiss cheese and then you listen to the story, it don't add up. It's just, it got holes all in it. And he's telling you it's provolone. But again, I've been to enough delis to know that Swiss cheese with the holes in it, that ain't provolone. Listen, I'm the best in the game. I'm a pro alone. You telling me the Swiss cheese with the holes in it is provolone. That's a bar. Listen, I said I'm the best in the business. I'm a pro alone. You telling me the Swiss cheese with the holes, but you saying it's provolone. His story don't add up. I promise you that. I truly, like, how, let me calm down. Hold on. Sometimes I have to calm myself down. Sometimes I have to just woo-saw on it. Yeah, everybody type woo-saw. Sometimes you just got to woo-saw. Listen, my guy. He said he agreed to all their bull-ish. He agreed to all their BS. Is that cap or fact? He said that. He said that. Did Crawford say I agreed to all their BS? Is that cap or fact? He said it. Not if you believe it. Did he say it? Did he say it? Is it a fact that he said I agreed to the, I'm not asking if you believe him or if he's telling the truth. Did he say it? Did he say it? Okay, he said it. So the Bud Buddies are having such a hard time with this. If he said, I agreed to all their BS, then why don't we have a fight? That's pretty cut and dry. If you agreed to all of their BS, then there would be a fight. So that right there makes no sense. You're just trying to play the blame game. If you agree to all of their, okay, so if they said, here's a contract, Terence Crawford, we want you to agree to here, then you would agree to, if you agree to all, bro, just listen to the words people say. I agreed to all, ALL. I'm online like AOL. You said all their BS. So if you agree to all, operative word being all, then we would have a fight. So that makes no sense. And if you're a reasonable fan, it don't matter if you like Crawford. I like Crawford. But you guys, some of you don't want to hold him accountable for the movement and the way he moves. Look, the man said all things. That's his name, not some things. Like Terence Crawford reminds me of this old 90s R&B song talking about I agree to all of their BS, but this and this and this and this was wrong with the contract. It reminds me of this old 90s R&B song. Who remembers that song by Moke and Steph? Where my R&B heads at? Where my 90s R&B heads at? Who remembers that Moke and Steph song? Terence Moke and Steph Crawford. Listen, there's an old group called Moke and Steph. I should take calls for what? So I could flame y'all and y'all could waste my time? Listen, see, I when people say that, it just lets you know. Like, my thing is this. I could take calls, then what? It's still going to be me serving y'all with the facts, and then it'll just be somebody saying something that's not facts. There's only one fact. There's no two facts about it, you know? That's like me saying Shaquille O'Neal played for the Lakers. That's a fact. That's in history. So you can't be like, oh, well, I don't know about that. Yeah, he played with Kobe Bryant. He was on the Lakers. There's no other way to look at it. Oh, and in my opinion, Shaq didn't really. He won rings with the Lakers. He played with the Lakers. You see what I'm saying? That's what people in boxing don't understand. People in boxing, they think there's multiple ways to look at certain things, and some things are what they are. If I said Shaquille O'Neal played with the Lakers, that's a fact. It doesn't matter if you like the Lakers. It doesn't matter if you like Shaq. That's a fact of the matter. There's no other way to look. Oh, you know, in my opinion, there's no my opinion. He played with them. Yeah, you can say, oh, he was on Orlando Magic and the Miami Heat. That's not what he said. I said he was with the Lakers at a point in time, which is a fact. Boxing fans always do this. They wanted to, oh, but what if, and you wouldn't say this if this didn't happen. Talk to me about facts. Talk about Danny, champ of the world. Facts over feelings. Some things just are. Crawford said, I agreed to all their stuff, all their BS. If you agreed, then we would have a fight. No? How do we not have a fight if you agreed to all their stuff? Because you didn't agree to all their stuff and you didn't sign the contract. So you can't say, I agreed to all their BS. Because it doesn't make that. Okay, so listen. Now this is where y'all get to work. This is where y'all gonna get to work. Get the likes up. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on with YouTube, but y'all gotta get the likes up. They want to try to call in and defend the indefensible. Bud dropped the ball and he's giving us a ish fight on an app where you have to pay me to download on one of my burner phones. Voice of God boxing, bars. Get the likes up. Let's work. If y'all down to work, let's work. You can't say I agreed to all their BS, but you didn't sign. Because the only reason you wouldn't sign is because you didn't agree to all their BS. Here's an analogy. I'm the king of those. Listen, I'm the king of those. Listen, I'm the king of those. If I tell you I ordered a pizza and you say, man, I want to get me a slice when it comes. What time is it coming? What's the ETA? I would like a slice of pizza. And then after I just told you I ordered the pizza and you say, I want a slice, when does it arrive? And I'm like, oh, I don't know when it's going to arrive because I didn't really order it. Then you didn't order a pizza. It's that simple. Like, and I know I'm the best that's ever lived in this whole sport. Past, present, and future, I'm the best that's ever lived. And I make it so clear for you guys to understand. The only ones that don't are the ones that choose not to understand because they want to play games with me. Bro, sometimes it is what it, like, you can't be dead and alive at the same time. It's humanly impossible. If you dead and you alive, you a zombie then. Some things just are what they are. That person is passed, they deceased, or they alive. You're saying they heart is pumping blood and oxygen's going through their nose and nostrils, or it's not. It ain't no two ways about it. Crawford said, I agreed to all their BS, but didn't sign the contract. Then you didn't agree. Because if you agreed and the contract had everything you loved, that's like you have a Christmas wish list as a kid. You got a Christmas wish list. You got 10 items. Your mom give you all, your mom or your dad, your single mom, your dad, whatever household y'all had. You had 10 items on your Christmas wish list, and then your mom went down it and bought all 10 items. You have nothing to be mad at. Why would you be mad and say, I hate Christmas, if you had 10 items on your own wish list and you got every single one of them? Or if you're a new bride and groom and you had a gift registry and you needed a blender, a NutriBullet and all this stuff, and a new couch and Target gift card, and they gave you every single thing. Every single thing that you wanted on your gift registry, then you wouldn't be mad. So Bud wouldn't be mad and moving on to an Avanesian avocado deal if he really truly agreed to all their BS. Like I said with the pizza. You can't say, oh, I ordered a pizza, and then the person say, I want a piece. When's it coming? What's the ETA? And you say, I don't know. I still got to call them. Then you didn't order the pizza. You were thinking of ordering a pizza, but you didn't. And the Bud Buddies, they want so hard for me to be wrong. I can never be wrong when I'm this right. Get that through your head. Listen, all y'all need to just bow down right now. I can't be wrong when I'm this right. It is what it is. He said that. And see, I'm being honest here with you. We having a heart to heart. And I'm just being real. Crawford, phenomenal fighter, businessman, not so much. And him and his team, they make it too easy for your boy Ego. You guys can listen to me. You can say, oh, Ego hating. I believe Crawford, whatever. But when I cook, you will see, because there's nothing you can really, unless you're not receptive of the truth, you can't deny all of the things that I'm saying. It's like when you have a gym bag and you throw all your cables and cords in there. And then when you open your gym bag and it's this tangled entanglement and you got to unravel a million different cables. That's Bud Crawford and his team. The statements they said is this like big knot full of cables, and you trying to get your headphones, your wired headphones out, and it's all intertwined with the other USB cords and aux cords and all this stuff because you didn't take care of it. Crawford's team, the more they talk, the worse it gets. And certain times you can't fight fire with fire. If somebody is like getting you with all the facts and telling you what's going on or whatever, and you trying to fight that with fire, but you're making, in your effort to defend Crawford, you truly make the whole situation look worse. So by Bud people, acting how they're acting, cussing people out, name calling, all this other extra, like theatrics, your efforts to try to make Crawford look good is only backfiring. So like, I'm just being real. For me, I can't speak. Like, those people probably been down with him and all that. That's cool. Family loves you. That's cool. But for me, I'm a different breed. So if I was Crawford's position and people were on my team making me look crazy by just saying whatever, I'd have to dead it. I'd be like, nah, don't do no lives. Don't do this, or don't go back and forth with people. I swear on everything, I would do that. I swear I would do that, because if you're family or if you're a team member, you're an extension of this family. You're an extension of the brand, really. You know what I'm saying? So by saying so much and doing all this stuff, it's like it only just gives more fuel to the people. Like, it's like the townspeople are like coming to get you, in one of them old village movies, like the Salem witch trials. And then the town, you can't beat the town. It like, bro, if they think you a witch and then there's like a mob of people and the townspeople like have pickaxes and 2x4s and, tiki torches and torches with the fire and stuff, you can't defend all that. You can't, you're one person. You can't, you know what I'm saying? And it's like a lot of people feel how I feel. And I understand why they feel like that. So it's like you trying to fight fire with fire or match aggression. Sometimes you got to just hold the L, because the more you talk, the more it just gives people like stuff to use against you. Case in point. Bro. Crawford, homie, Bernie says Crawford leaves Errol Spence in the dust. He did a live. Bro, I'm showing you. It says Crawford leaves Errol Spence in the dust. And he's laughing in this live. I mean, I ain't watched the whole thing, but people give me an overflow of what was happening. And I did see snippets. But I ain't watching that whole thing. But anyway, it's telling you, this is his team. Crawford leaves Spence in the dust. So what does that say about how you feel about PBC? And I'm saying bad business, Bud, questionable decisions. And he laughing, saying, oh, Crawford left you in the dust. I mean, all right, you left Errol Spence in the dust. Like, this is proving what I said about the bad business. Like, and it's proving what Steven Espinoza and everybody else who's on the right side of history is saying. Steven Espinoza did an interview. He said we were blindsided. We were blindsided by Crawford leaving and saying he's fighting Avanesian. So by him saying that, you're corroborating what Steven Espinoza said, that he was caught off guard. So now all your fans look crazy. They look crazy. They all look crazy because you just confront, like, you're helping if PBC is the ops, you're helping them make points, because Steven Espinoza says we were caught off guard. We were shocked. The rug was swept from underneath us. And you're confirming it by saying Errol Spence gets left in the dust and laughing. So you can't convince me what I'm saying is wrong, and that Crawford was only trying to make this fight, but has a side fight already lined up. Errol don't got his next fight already like announced and ready to go in a venue and all that, but Bud does. And your team is laughing about it and saying, oh, well, we didn't like the deal. So, one monkey don't stop the show. We moving on up. We getting 10 mil. Ha, ha, ha. Errol Spence in the dust. Ha. Like childish games. Is that so? If I say I think Bud has improper business practices, does doing a video like that support what I've said? Or does that, denounce what I said? I'm saying not handling business like an adequate businessman. And then he's laughing, oh, haha, we left you in the dust. I mean, it's just immature. And then why even make a video like that if Crawford, according to him, he said he's still trying to fight Errol? So you left him, you blindsided him, left him high and dry, left him in the dust or whatever. And then Crawford thinks he's just going to go back to him after, you and your whole team is like, oh, yo, uncle, yo, daddy Al and all this type of, I mean, it's just weird. It's just like, I don't know, like some wild hillbillies or something. Like, it's just like, they acting like it's the Wild Wild West. It's crazy. It's crazy. And again, in my world, that's not the way to conduct business. You could have told them people, you didn't have to give details of who you were fighting. You could have said, hey, if we don't line this up in a week, I'm out because I got another opponent in a hometown fight. What's wrong? What's the harm in that? If you're doing honest business, that's like me coming out with a food product, and then I lie on the nutrition facts and I leave out ingredients. Like I say, it's a healthy product, a healthy seasoning. You know how they have like flavor gods and stuff like that? I say it's healthy and all organic. And then it's like maltodextrous and, all them extra stuff. And then I intentionally leave out the fact that it has this ingredient that the health food nuts won't like. Like you don't sell a product and say it's gluten-free knowing it got gluten in it. You see what I'm saying? But that's the type of behavior. So I link that to kind of your character or how you move or what you feel is acceptable. Sean Porter last podcast says a lot about Bud's character. I didn't see all of it, but I seen that he said that he's stubborn, the most stubborn. I mean, just y'all add up all the clues. He's the most stubborn athlete. Your own friend is saying that. So this is how it pertains to business. If he the most stubborn athlete ever in life or whatever he said he's the most stubborn, right? So if he's the most stubborn, then now you see why the fights broke up. Because like Bob Arum says, you're asking for a guarantee with a guy that's never worked with you. You have no clout, no seniority with that company. And you're asking for a guarantee that your previous numbers haven't proven your worth. That's likely the culprit of this. Arum told you he was difficult. That's what I'm saying. So look at all the clues. Okay, Arum, his old promoter, said he's difficult, said I lose a lot of money, and he's going to want an insane guarantee, and it won't be worth it, and I'm not going to go broke over Terence Crawford. Sean Porter says, that's my guy, that's my friend, but he also says that he's the most stubborn person you'll ever meet or whatever. Okay, that's why he probably had a number in his head and then wouldn't get off it, and he's like, I'm so stubborn. And here's the thing, that attitude very well could help Bud in the ring, but the ring is not the boardroom. The ring is not behind the scene thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Michael Jordan, he was a beast on the court, but you go into them boardrooms and try to do a deal with Apple and Nike, and then you try to talk trash because you talk trash to Dennis Rodman when he was with the Pistons. That's not how it works in the corporate world. And that's why I keep saying what I've been saying, that I personally believe that Bud Crawford is a great fighter, but he lacks the business repertoire and intelligence and acumen. He's just not, He just doesn't show me that. He don't show me that. I would give him credit if he showed me that, but I don't see it. Like that's like, listen to what he says. Everything sounds like he's holding a grudge. It sounds like he's holding a grudge. And that relates back to what Sean Porter said. He's the most stubborn. Listen, if I'm lying, I'm flying. You'll ask him, they asked him on the Akin Barak show, if Errol Spence and his people say 50-50, you'll take a deal, obviously, right? And he's like, I don't know. And they're like, what? They were surprised. They were like shocked that he said that. And he was like, I don't know if I would take 50-50. I don't know. And they're like, what do you mean you don't know? How would you not know about a 50-50? And they were shocked about it. And he was like, because when I was at 140, bro, why are you still talking about 140? You are trying to fight. And if you listen to Crawford's mind, he tells you a lot about his mind because all you have to do is listen to what people say. If you notice Crawford, And he comes across as envious of Errol Spence and how Errol Spence had the red carpet treatment with PBC. And the reason I say that is because he always go back to the past. Like, we're talking about you fighting Errol now at welterweight. But he always revert back to, oh, when I was fighting De'Aaron Jean, people said this. And bro, no one's even thinking about De'Aaron Jean. But when I fought Hank Lundy, when I fought Jeff Horn, like, bro, why are you bringing up all these old fights that really don't pertain to the fight we all want to see? So to me, that shows Sean Porter was dead on the money. Terence Crawford stubborn. And again, in business, that's not the best thing to be stubborn. Like, I'm going to be so, like, you don't cut off your nose despite your face. And that's Terence Crawford. He's a small fish in a big pond. Errol Spence got way more options than you. He's been branded better than you. He's A-side. You have yourself to blame for everything you're in. Everything. Because you signed the top rank and did the re-sign or whatever. Fans, myself, everyone, where people are like, damn, I don't know why he re-signed the top rank. Why didn't he, look at his options? But we're like, all right, Bud can fight. And see, I think that's what makes me the realest in the game, is that at the end of the day, I give it to you real no matter who you are. You know what I'm saying? I give it to you real. I think Bud has coexisted in boxing long enough off of him being a fighter and being a beast and having accolades. But so nobody really wanted to say the stuff that I'm been saying and willing to say, because people don't want to tell Bud the truth. But I feel like enough is enough. He needs to be held accountable for decisions you make. And I've been saying this for a while, because Bud Crawford and Demetrius Andrade, it's like very similar. Great fighters, skilled fighters, both can fight out of the southpaw position. But when it really counts, I feel like questionable decisions are being made. Really questionable. We got to hold the fighter accountable. It's your life. It's your career. But that's cool. Fight David Avocado in Omaha. That's about the only place where you have a chance to sell that fight. So that at least was smart. But fight the David Avocado dude, right? And then what? You back at square one. Who you going to fight next? PBC has all the best guys from 47, 54, minus a guy or two. Conor Benn, he just failed 2 drug tests. I wouldn't bank on him. I wouldn't bank on Conor Benn, because I don't know what even happens if he get banned or whatever. I don't know. That's their business. So the only other guy, Virgil Ortiz or Boots Ennis. Bob said David Avalanche got paid by Black Planet. I heard that. Bro, just listen to what I'm saying. I'm the best in the world. If you're real, you would understand why all this stuff look fishy. Bud has not posted about his fight. Like, actually said, hey, I'm fighting. Because I think Bud don't want to get flamed in the comment section. That's my personal opinion. And if Bud hears this and he's feeling froggish, prove me wrong. Post a flyer of you and David Avanesian and don't turn the comments off. If Boxing Ego don't know what he's talking about, just do that in the next, 12 hours. Don't wait till the fight week or something. Do it in the next 12 hours. Bud likes challenges. That's my challenge to him. That's all you have to do. Post the David Avocado flyer with his face and your face, like they be doing on ESPN Ringside and these other accounts, and then say, hey, I'm fighting David Avocado, catch me in Omaha, and then leave the comments open. That's it. That's all I want to see. And I want to see it in the next 12 hours. So so that's weird that he's not even really talking about it. These people paying you $10 million allegedly, and you ain't even talking about their fight. So that already seems like a suspect deal. Like, damn, they're giving you hella money to just train and not help them, whatever. Then Bob Arum said, Bob Arum goes say he has a great relationship with Frank Warren, and that's Warren's fighter. and he said he talked to Frank Warren and David Avocado been paid already. Bro, I don't know enough about BOK Prime to really have an opinion one way or the other. But I'll say this. For any company to pay someone in full like Makai before the fight is perhaps the most foolish, senseless, and moronic thing that you can do in a sport like mine, which is boxing. How are you going to pay someone in full? Bob Arum said the money is in Avocado's bank right now. Bro, first of all, he's in the UK. I don't know if he's in the States now. What if he had visa issues? What if he misses weight? So if you paid a guy, let's say $4 million, because they said it's a career high payday. I'm just making up a number. Let's say it's $4 million. Arum says he talked to Frank Warren, and that's a Queensberry Frank Warren fighter. You put $4 million in somebody's account. What if he misses weight? And they're like, nah, we need some of your purse back. I'll be like, nah, it's in my account. How you going to get it? How you going to get money out of my account? It's too late. You already paid them. That's like if you have your house getting painted and then you say, oh, it's going to cost $5,000. It's going to cost $5,000 to paint the house. And then you give them $5,000 on day one and they're like, oh, we're going to Home Depot to get the paint. And they never came back. How would you stop that? If you were paying someone $5,000 to paint the outside of your house and you gave them $5,000 cash and then they said, okay, I'll be back. We're going to Home Depot. We got to get some supplies. And they run off with your money. How do you stop that? How do you prevent that? When they already have, they don't need to come back. Why do they have to come back? What if David Avocado just said, I'm staying in the UK? Like, how would you stop that? Bob Arum said the money's already there. What if he failed a drug test? What if he missed weight? I mean, what if he had Rona or something? They're like, oh, you can't fight. What if he got like David Lemieux passed out and got dehydrated the day before the fight and he got his fight canceled? He was supposed to be on the Canelo undercard. So whether it's, I don't know. That to me, that shows me that Black Prime is not really versed in boxing because I've never heard of that. I've never heard of that practice of giving someone their money in its entirety and they ain't even performed a service yet. They ain't even made weight. Like you could at least pay them on the day of the weigh-in. You know what I'm saying? You pay him at least a day, at least you know he made the weight and he hopefully will be there tomorrow. You're going to pay him before he even come to this country. When he in the UK, man, whatever. I ain't never heard of that. His scheduled fight got canceled. They had to pick one, but he did have one. I never heard of that. Weird. Bro, that's like when I worked at Lowe's and they give me my 2-week paycheck and I ain't even clocked in. Like it just doesn't really happen in business. It's weird. But anyway, Crawford's team and himself, they make it so easy for the boy Ego. And the more they resist and say I'm lying and all that, the worse it'll get. If you make a mistake, you gotta pay. Listen, everybody type, if you make a mistake, you gotta pay. I need everybody who's in here to type that. Bob Arum didn't say that they paid for the other fight. He said they got all. No, that's not what Bob said, though. Because, listen, Bob Arum literally said, this is how I know he wasn't referring to the other fight that got canceled, is because Bob Arum said it's a career high payday. It's on Fight Hype. He said something like it's a career high payday, and he got paid in full already, and they couldn't pass up the paycheck. So I think he would have distinguished if he was talking about that November 19th fight that got canceled. So here's an example of how Crawford makes it too easy for the boy Ego. Terence Crawford on Errol Spence. I'm going straight into it. I don't want no tune-ups. I don't want no tune-up fights. I don't want nothing. I want to go straight into it. It's time to happen. This time is now for Undisputed. ESPN, May 1st, 2022. In May of this year, this is what Crawford said. I'm going straight into it. I don't want no tune-up fights. Bro. But then his fans is telling me that I'm wrong because he fighting David Avocado. He's fighting David Avocado, which is every bit of a tune-up. And his fans are like, oh, he needs a tune-up. What? Bro. His fans are saying he couldn't deal with the inactivity. Therefore, Crawford needs a tune-up. But in May of this year, he says, Terence Crawford, this is what he said to ESPN, yo. Terence Crawford and Errol Spence, quote, I'm going straight into it. I don't want no tune-ups. I don't want nothing. I want to go straight into it. It's time for it to happen. It's time for Undisputed. That's like the complete. So why are his fans saying, oh, the Bud Buddies are saying he had to break the inactivity spell and all this and that. That's why he broke negotiations with PBC and Errol Spence people to opt to fight December 10th instead of February 4th. You just said you didn't need a tune-up. I always find and show y'all the receipts. These are like blazing contradictions. That's like me saying, I'm gay, I'm straight. Like, bro, what? Bro, who does that? Like, hey, what's your sexual preference? I'm gay, I'm straight. Like, you gay and straight? Like, come on, what are we talking about, bro? He just said, I don't need a tune-up. That's why I said certain things can't be the same, like two things at once. But this is going to really blow your mind. Smash the like button. I told you, his team make it too easy. They say too much, they do too much, and it just makes it easy. Receipts.
He should be in the rap.
Watch this.
I mean, like I said,
This is look. This is an interview from Black Fight Fan from 2018. And I just want you guys to hear it. This is what I said: when people talk too much, they tell on themselves. The most dangerous thing is a camera and a microphone. So Bomac, the manager and trainer of Terence Crawford, on the phone with Black Fight Fan, Trill TV, and listen. This is his manager and trainer. Listen to what he said.
I mean, like I said, it's a no-brainer, man. If a motherfucker's gonna give you $10 million to go fight somewhere, and you don't know who's gonna see you, and you get to fight, a mediocre guy, why not take the money?
Oh my gosh, bro. What? Bomac just said, if a mother effer is going to give you $10 million to fight somewhere where nobody will see it and fight some mediocre guy, then why won't you take it? Oh, that didn't age too good. See, why y'all they like, dang, ego, why you had to do it like that? Bro, they like, hold on. I told you, I'm the king of these receipts. Bro, you just gave up the game in 2018. Why would a mother effer not take $10 million to fight anywhere against a mediocre guy? Fast forward to the future, that's exactly what you broke negotiations. Oh, we left Errol in the dust to do. Fight in Omaha, which is, they got like one airport. It's not the easiest to get to. I've been there several times. And to fight a guy that people aren't really vested in seeing you fight. And this is what makes it worse. So y'all saying Bomac a prophet. Y'all saying Bomac a prophet. Hey, block this Rico Bangs. Yeah, you're going to get banged all right. Get him out of here. I don't even care what he talking about. Facts, I live in Omaha and I've been there. Ego finding something years ago, Bomac said. But what it like, see, people say that, but what does that have to do with, he still said it. So Bomac's a prophet. He just told you what it was years ago, which coincidentally happened. So what is the date have to do with it? I don't get that. His team keeps saying, okay, I just showed y'all something he said in May. Y'all want to play that? Okay. He said this in May. That's more recent. I'm going straight into it. I don't want no tune-ups. So, I mean, it don't matter when they said it. His team is responsible for what they say. See, y'all don't want to hold people accountable. Why? Okay. If what I'm saying ain't true in today's society, then how come Kevin Hart, he was going to host the Academy Awards, he was going to host the Oscars, they pulled up some tweet that he had wrote in 2006, and this was he was going to be like the host for the Oscars like 2021 or something. And they pulled up like old tweets from 2006, 2008, and they're like, nah, you can't host the Academy Awards because there was people were outraged by some stuff he tweeted. And this type of thing happens all the time. So Bomac and Crawford's team, they could just shoot from the hip and say anything that pertains to the life and the decisions that Crawford's making currently, and we can't talk about it. Like, if there's a statute of limitation, come on, bro. The Black Bruce Wayne Boxing Ego video earlier was fire, and I didn't even get to that point. I got too many points for him. There's no statute of limitation on things that people have said. Your team said that. You're responsible for what you said. It's like, okay, Bob Arum years ago, here's another, listen, there's no one in this world that can outsmart me when it comes to this boxing. I promise you. I'm too fast. I'm too clever. Bob Arum said a lot of things a couple years ago. Those couple of things that he was saying about Crawford are very relevant to the conversation today. So I don't care that Bob Arum said it in 2020. What he said happens to be right. That's what I care about. So if you're on the right side of history and the truth, and you're unbiased, and you really actually care about getting to the truth, then this is what it is.
I mean, like I said, it's a no-brainer, man. If a motherfucker's gonna give you $10 million to go fight somewhere, and you don't know who's gonna see you, and you get to fight, a mediocre guy, why not take the money?
He told you the game plan. If you can fight for $10 million, and that's didn't they say he getting $10 million? Bro, this is like, let me keep going, cause y'all got me tight right now. Hold on.
Mediocre guy, why? And you get to fight, go fight somewhere, and you don't know who's gonna see you, and you get to fight, to go fight trainer, man. If a motherfucker's gonna give you $10 million to go fight somewhere, and you don't know who's gonna see you, and you get to fight, a mediocre guy, why not take the money? You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta think about it. At the same time, Terence is 30 years old. He at the peak of his career, but sooner or later he's gonna be coming down. So you got to start.
He said Terence Crawford is 30 years old at the peak of his career, but sooner or later he's gonna start coming down, meaning he's not gonna be quite so primed.
Think about it. At the same time, Terence is 30 years old. He at the peak of his career, but sooner or later he's gonna be coming down. So you got to start thinking about your kids, and your grandkids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Shout out to my.
Wow. I mean, so basically, shout out to Ricky Williams, Bomac. He's on the Miss Cleo vibes, Dionne Warwick, because everything he just said, fast forward to the future, is prophetic. It's like I seen a clip online where it was one of those judge shows, and then the bailiff was this big black dude, and then the judge said something to him. She was like, yeah, the bailiff, he been married 27 years. Ain't that right, Randy, or whatever his name was? And the guy was like, Yeah, 27 years. And the guy was like, but look at him. He looked angry. He don't even look happy. He married. That's the problem. And then they found out later on the dude killed his wife. So the guy looked like a prophet. The guy who was on the stand, the defendant or whoever he was, he said that married guy don't look happy. Look at his face. And then he offed his wife. Man, what? So that's how Bomac looking like that dude from the Judge Show. He looking like Miss Cleo. Call now for your free read on The Cards Never Lie. Bro, the cards never lie. He says, why wouldn't you fight for like basically a bum or a mediocre guy for $10 million even if no one's going to see it? And then he said, Siri just said, that's not nice because I said bum. That's crazy, bro. That's insane. I said bum, and then Siri said, that's not nice. Siri got me getting scolded. Lockefeller, what's up? He said he seen that show. So anyway, Bomac, he looking like a prophet. Careful, ego might be having that wire taping on you, like the Spence. Nah, that was Siri. No, don't put that on me. I ain't wearing no wire. Look, I ain't got no wire. Listen, everything is out the mud, authentic. But yeah, I just don't think that aged well for Bomac to say that. Yeah, you could fight immediately. So Crawford's team is chock full of all of these things that they've said. Give me 60-40 or no fight. Lion's share or no fight. Give me 50-50. Then it's like, will you take 50-50 to Ak and Barack? No, I don't know. I got to think about it. Because when I was calling out guys at 140, why is that a talking point? Like, why does Crawford keep bringing up old fights and stuff? Like, if you, I just feel like it's improper business. If you're really trying to handle business and talk to a team, it's not really wise to have a grudge as you're talking to the team. You have to go in with an open mind, try to get things your way, blah, blah, blah. But he just keeps talking about, I called guys out when I was at 140. I'm like, what does that have to do with fighting Errol? Salute to you, bruh. Still doing your thing, spitting bars, facts at the same time. Rachel Donaire, LOL, how are you in the champ? Yeah, how is Nonito? Hey, actually, Nonito has one of the greatest left hooks in boxing history. Yeah, y'all gotta write that down. I believe that. I think when we're having that conversation, Nonito he delivers one of the nastiest left hooks in boxing history. Who else? Tito Trinidad. No, my favorite left hooks. I think Oscar De La Hoya had a good left. Felix Tito Trinidad, Nonito Donaire, David Tua. David Tua had a killer left hook. Danny Garcia has a nice one. Oh, there's a couple guys. Joe, oh, you taking it back. Okay, Joe Frazier. Holyfield had a good hook. Tyson, De La Hoya. Yeah, I said De La Hoya. Smoking Joe. Yeah, y'all taking it to the classics. Let's go. Oh, yeah, Roy Jones was Captain Hook. Didn't I just say that? It takes some time. You take some. I'm coming to get back. You beat me. I say, okay, we had a good night. I'm still coming to Pensacola and that. Bro, Roy Jones, that's my favorite fighter. He was one of my favorite fighters, bro. James Toney good at everything. Left hook, Jeff Lacey. Let's go. Voice, I know something you don't know. What's that mean? Whose voice? I don't get that. Roy could throw 5 hooks at 5 seconds. That's ridiculous. Like, bop, 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 bop. Didn't I just say that? He said Cooney had a great hook. Hey, George Foreman must have like staggering power, bro. Cause the way I'm trying to think of I think it was the Cooney fight, bro. It looked like George Foreman walked by him and said, pfft, and he just was knocked out crazy. I was like, what is this? What is this? Nah, Foreman had cracks. Roberto Duran had cracks. Julian Jackson, Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. Bro, Wilder knocked out Helenius with like half a punch. It was like, it wasn't full extension, and he destroyed a 6'5" man. That's crazy. That's insanity. George Foreman hit you in slow motion, it might KO you. Facts. But George Foreman was like training and he was denting the heavy bag. I still remember that clip. That's pretty eerie. That's pretty eerie if a person's denting a heavy bag. Them heavy bags is heavy too. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just gonna put dents in it though. Now Foreman was that guy. But see, the difference between Wilder and Foreman, the thing that makes Wilder freakish is that Foreman, he just looked like a burly, like country dude. You know what I'm saying? Wilder, he like lean and light. And then people like talk about his legs being light, skinny or whatever. Ego, Nonito told me to tell you. Oh, that's game right there. Hold on. Nonito told me to tell you he based his hook off of Arguello and Trinidad. See, I got the Trinidad. Alexis Arguello. I didn't get that one though. That's a good addition. Rest in peace to Arguello. See, Nonito's a student of the game. That's dope. That's dope. Actually, in a way, he's dope. He got some dope hooks too. I like in a way. He got skill. Big George slapped Michael Moore to sleep. Nah, he got power because Evander Holyfield said that when Foreman hit him, he took his mouthpiece off and he thought his teeth were shattered. And he's like, did he knock out my teeth? Bro, that must be some real power. If you have a mouthpiece on, you think someone knocked all your teeth out? That's insanity. Wilder is by far the hardest and most dynamic puncher ever. Yeah, I think another thing that Wilder doesn't get credit for is just starting boxing late and doing it. He started boxing late, but the size discrepancy, that's pretty amazing. Because like there was fights where he was weighing like 208, 212. He just fought like 214 against a 260-pound Helenius. That's crazy. Like the disparities in heights, that's crazy. Nonito, hold on. He said Nonito said he taught Inoue his hook about 10 years ago when they were in Japan. Oh, I didn't know he knew him for that long. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, I didn't know he had like any kind of previous situation with him. Rachel Donaire, yeah, that's dope. I'm a big fan of your husband. Yeah, give a lot of props. I'm from the Bay Area, man. So you guys got to show love to Donaire. He's one of the Bay Area's finest. You know, did the Bay proud and boxing proud. I'm finna shoot you a follow on the gram because unlike a lot of these folks in the comment, I'm someone for real. So you can put a face. I'm like that. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the situation. Ego, he's here listening with me. Yay area. Tell me where to go. See, that's the energy I'm on. That's the energy I'm on. Shout out to the Donaires right now. Tell me when to go. Their big bro work. I think I have an old picture on my phone. It was like Donaire, Guerrero, and Andre Ward. Like a throwback picture. I got to repost that if I can find it. It was like a young Donaire, a young Andre Ward, and a young Robert Guerrero. I'm here in Omaha. There has been no Crawford fight promotion. You're in Omaha right now, though? Like, you live out there? That's crazy. But, I mean, Crawford, I don't think he's even promoted the fight yet, to be honest. I don't know. I don't really know that whole situation, why he hasn't, but whatever. Yeah, like I'm on his page right now. Look. He don't have like no postings of it. Whatever. Listen, let me close with this. I want to close with this because I see a lot of differing opinions and stuff. I'm just giving you my honest opinion. Some people are saying like it was a setup and Keith Thurman was the plan for Errol all along. Listen, when one plan fails, you got to move on and see what else you're going to do. See, and this is where I think Crawford is wrong. Crawford, a bit narcissistic in the idea of what he's saying, that Crawford almost thinks that PBC and Errol are going to wait for him. Like PBC, if you guys, this is true fact. I can show you. They brought, when Errol fought Ugas in April, it was announced by the PBC in December. So that shows you that they're planning the schedule ahead of time. Because look it up. Because the reason I know, well, my memory is incredible. But on top of that, if you guys remember when Terence Crawford did that video in the ocean, he said, Errol, where you at? Big fish, I'm looking for you. He did that. But the rumor was that Errol was already in the process of getting ready to fight Ugas. And then they actually announced it about 10 days after that Crawford Ocean video. That's how I remember it. So the fight was announced December 2021. And he fought Yordenis Ugas of Cuba in 2022. So I really believe that PBC was single-mindedly focused on fighting against Terence Crawford. That's why they had no other plan for him. They didn't have no backup lined up. And it showed because their whole schedule was like pushed out. They didn't really have that many fights for November, December schedule, big time fights, because so much of the budget was trying to get Errol Crawford situated and Ryan and Tank situated. So it kind of, the Crawford holdup plus the Garcia holdup with Tank, it just pushed everything back. Pushed everything back. So it is what it is. But I don't think Keith Thurman was the real target, because Errol Spence said in that secret recording, he said, I don't want to fight Keith Thurman. So that whole theory doesn't make sense. I will say this. Keith Thurman, I gave proper criticism when he was like inactive and stuff like that. But I think Errol Spence and Crawford is still a good fight. People sleep and they're hating on Crawford. I mean, they're hating on Thurman. He only has one loss. Even if you're favoring Errol Spence, that's still a good fight. I really truly believe that. That's still a great fight. Errol, he seems like a man of his word, and he said he'll never fight Keith, so that remains to be seen. I don't know if Errol will back down from that, with the sudden change, but that's still a good fight. People hate on Crawford. I mean, I keep saying Crawford. People hate on Thurman. He got one loss, though. The only person to beat him is a legend in Manny Pacquiao. So, come on. That's still a great fight. And to be honest, this is just my honest opinion. This makes Errol Spence look even easier to deal with if he fights Keith Thurman, because the whole world knows for the last year or so, he's been saying, I'll never fight Keith Thurman. I'll never fight Keith Thurman. Never, never, never. But with Crawford going a separate direction and PBC probably not wanting to wait, if he can bury the hatchet and say, let's make this fight because it's still a good fight and it's the only other guy on my side of the street that signed to PBC that's a big fight for me, then him letting bygones be bygones shows you that Errol Spence is not really a problem to deal with, because he's already said he didn't want to fight him and he was never going to fight him. So if he double backs and says, you know what, for the greater good, this is a good fight for me, then that shows you Errol Spence is just a dog. Yeah, there's no shame in losing to Pacquiao, and he lost a split decision. People keep focusing because like Luis Collazo hurt him to the body, and then Mario Barrios hurt him. But getting hurt He got hurt in another fight. Jose Cito Lopez hurt him too. But he beat all them guys except for Pacquiao, and that was a split decision. So that's still a great fight. I don't care what nobody says. And Keith Thurman, he has power. He hasn't got a knockout in a while, but he has power and he's intelligent and he has fast feet and he's still pretty explosive. So I ain't mad at that fight. I ain't mad. We'll see. Listen, the boots conversation. My thing is this. It's just, for me, knowing the business of boxing, the Thurman fight makes more sense. Like, you can say whatever you want. Boots is a monster. Y'all know I've been putting y'all on Boots. I've been telling y'all about Boots, right? I've been telling y'all about Boots. But the thing is, you guys have to understand from the business side of boxing, Boots, I don't even know if he's done a main event yet. Like, a lot of his fights have been co-mains and stuff like that. Like, when he fought on Jermell Castano card, right? And he fought against Castillo Clayton. So I know he's the mandatory or whatever, but you guys have to understand the networks, are they going to want to fight that's great for boxing hardcores, but outside of that is probably not the most sellable? That's why a thing like Keith Thurman, he's more attractive for Errol Spence next fight than Boots would be. And that's true business. But I think Boots, he just has to keep doing what he's doing and he'll be perfectly fine. He'll get the big fights. But Keith Thurman has been on pay-per-view as the main event. Keith Thurman fought on CBS, I think, with Sean Porter, and it did like 6 million views or something crazy. Boots doesn't have that type of repertoire yet. Beast of a fighter. I know his dad's putting in the petitions and stuff, and they want to fight, but he's not someone that's him or Virgil Ortiz. They would be better kind of fighting each other or them and Conor Benn before he messed up with the drugs or whatever. They're kind of in the same echelon where those guys should probably fight. And that makes a lot of sense. But, we'll see. We'll see. You got to see how it plays out. Ego, speaking of networks, do people understand the BOK Prime is a network and not a promoter? I feel like they're pitting BLK versus PBC when it's really BLK versus Showtime. Rachel Donaire. Yeah, that's so basically what's being said is BLK Prime would be equivalent to DAZN. It's a streaming network / app. So instead of having a linear ESPN or HBO or Fox or Showtime, people are making it like it's BLK versus, it sounds like gangs, PBC versus BLK, like people throwing up gang signs, like, man, I'm repping that BLK. I don't know, maybe I'm getting delirious. It just sounds weird. It sounds like people are repping flags and stuff like, yeah, could. I'm repping that BLK though. On Dead Homies is BLK, Dead Homie. It just sounds like boxing fans are tripping. Y'all got this stuff sounding like gangs. But see, this is the thing. Like, I don't know anything about BOK Prime to even judge what they're capable. I mean, I've seen certain things from the optics, like misspellings and typos. That look a little, a little rough around the edges. But like Broner signing to him, that's a good move for them, and it's a good move for him. Because it'll be the biggest star that they ever had so far. You know what I mean? So I ain't mad at that. Get your money. Oh, I didn't really talk about the Broner situation like I wanted to. Broner signing to this is what I believe to be the case. Broner was one of the most lit fighters in all of boxing. But then, it got to a point of his career where he started taking some L's, like Mikey Garcia. I was at that fight. Adrian Granados was like a split decision. Jesse Vargas I think it was a draw. I was at all those fights. And then Broner, he's had some up and down type of performances. Definitely had legal trouble and run-ins with the law and arrests and, this type of stuff. And then he had inactivity and weight issues. And I mean, there was a video of him and he looked like real stumbly after a fight. I think it was Errol Ugas. He looked like ripped. He fought Santiago. Some people thought that could have went either way. You know, just little things like that. So truthfully, I think it got to a point where Broner probably wanted to command more money than PBC probably could come up with for where he was in his career. That's what I truly think happened. That's what I think happened. So Broner, you know, he probably wanted the big paydays like he always got, fighting Pacquiao's and Mikey's and stuff like that. But because he said something like the Showtime ain't got money. Showtime doing business with Jake Paul, I definitely don't think it's that. I think they don't have the money for you, for where you're at. But then if you're a new startup company, then that's a come up to get a Broner or a Crawford. You know what I'm saying? The only reason why people are salty with the Crawford situation is how it played out and how he went about it. If Crawford took a BLK Prime fight in March, no one would be tripping. It's just, you know, you gave the fans blue balls. People thought it was going to be Errol Spence next, and then how you went about it, and it's just too much. It's just too much. Next stop for Broner is Dancing with the Stars. I just want Broner to let his hands go. Y'all tripping, bro. Anyway, I'm about to get some food and be out of here. Appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Shout out to Boss Red, all my shooters. I'll be back with some more heat. Make sure y'all check it out. Peace.